countless movies seen, countless TV shows watched, endless documentaries consumed. I'm paying for so many streaming services. There has to be a definitive ranking for which is the best and which is the rest. Here we have a bit of an older ranking here in terms of what we're looking at, as some of these are outdated, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Starting with Apple TV in A tier. Obviously they have Ted Lasso, which is a fantastic show, I have heard, and I think there are a few other ones on this platform that are simply only on this one, which is a bit rare compared to a lot of the other streaming platforms. So for me, I'm going to put Apple TV in A tier. CBS All Access is now called Paramount Plus. This, I did mention, is a bit of an older graphic. However, it's still really good. Paramount Plus for me is where a lot of the good competition reality shows have landed, as well as all of the Warner Brothers properties. Sorry for that phone call there. Nevertheless, I will put Paramount Plus in A tier and my phone on Do Not Disturb. Then we have Disney Plus. For me, I think Disney Plus is straight to S tier. I have no problem paying for this every month because I'm an avid watcher of Disney and Pixar films. They're fantastic. I'm rewatching the Cars trilogy as we speak. 2 is still not good, but funnier than I remember. And Cars 1 is a classic. I'll keep you updated on 3. Hulu, the reality TV show mecca in terms of streaming services. I'm going to put it in the middle of B tier. For me, I think it's not one I visit quite often, but it definitely has its place for so many people. There's also a few funny sitcoms on Hulu, so for that, I'm going to put it in B tier. Here we have Fubo TV. I've done some research between Fubo and Sling, and everything I find is that Sling is just the worst version of Fubo TV. I've actually done the free trial of Fubo TV maybe a year ago or so, and I thought it was pretty good. Plenty of channels, lots of live sports. I think Fubo TV deserves to be in B tier, and I'm going to put Sling at the bottom. Everything that I've read says it keeps getting more expensive with less channels available, so if you're looking for live TV and you're thinking about Sling, I would do more research, but maybe think about saving for a YouTube TV, a Fubo TV, a D stream that's not on this list but would likely be S tier. HBO Max, it's where classic movies live, and if you're into those types of films, anything before 2000 that's, critically acclaimed, you'll be able to find it on HBO Max, I would guess. Seen so many good films on this. There's lots of sort of independent feeling films as well, a bit grimier, dirty in not that type of way, but in a, gross looking in a good way. I'm having a hard time putting words to articulate my thought here. Maybe just like a noir type film, darker in a lot of ways. That's on HBO Max. And for me, it's very good. So if you have the money and you're into classic film, or what else is on HBO? That's all I can think of right now. So we'll put that in A tier. Netflix, it's getting more expensive. I would put it in S tier. I'm not even going to put it in A tier because of the location tracking, and that's mainly the big reason of why it's going to be in B. The selection is great, and the Netflix original movies keep getting better year after year. But at the same time, I don't think that the location monitoring should be a thing. You should be able to watch however many devices at wherever place. I'm honestly even more fine with capping the devices, but the location for me doesn't sit well. I understand they have people probably taking advantage of coast. One coast is sharing in the same count with multiple people on the other, but I don't think any other streaming service is doing that, so I have to mark them down for it. But great content on that streaming service, of course. Peacock for me, this is a sleeper streaming service, underrated and very good. The WWE live events are there. The Premier League, probably 80% of the match week games are on Peacock as well. It's a very, very fun streaming service with a couple of good comedies as well there. So for me, it's also one of the more affordable, I believe. But nevertheless, I'm going to put Peacock into S tier. I think it's fantastic. Amazon Prime Video. This is a bit of a tougher one, but I think it's going to go into A tier pretty comfortably. there's The Boys is the first show that came into my head that's a Prime original, but Amazon has so much funding that they're able to give some projects that wouldn't have had as much backing before as they now have access to under being the Amazon umbrella. So for me, it's going to go into A tier. I definitely recommend checking it out, the movies and TV shows. This is Quibi, one of the two. It lasted for a few months in 2020 and is no longer around, so it's going to go right into D tier. And then we have YouTube TV in S tier. I would also put D Stream into S tier, and Fubo TV easily could climb up one more, but for me, it's a really, really user-friendly interface with YouTube TV, and it has any sort of sporting event that you would want to watch on top of any news channel, really any sort of television network that you may think about wanting to watch. It likely lives on this platform, so I definitely recommend it. However, it is getting incredibly expensive to my knowledge. I think it's almost up to like $80 or between $60 and $80 a month, which is incredibly expensive, but such is life. This is the way that streaming world has presented itself and is going to probably stay for a while. So let me know what you think about these rankings. Where would you move this stuff around? How would you describe HBO Max? Hopefully better than I just did. But I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. If you're still watching to this point in the video, thank you so much. Like the video as well. Subscribe and check out many of the other tier lists that I posted on my channel. I'm going to be back very soon with another. Let me know which one you would want to see the most. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and then I'll see you in the next one.